Good morning to a brand new day. Time to learn and games to play. Learning things is so much fun. Learning is good for everyone.
Hello, little learners. Welcome back to our learning space. I'm Miss Laura. Can you tell me your name? I'm so grateful that you made it back. I'm also feeling inquisitive this morning. Inquisitive is a feeling word that means curious and you want to know more about something. If you're feeling inquisitive like me, your face might look like this. But maybe you're feeling a little annoyed this morning, and there's lots of reasons why you might be annoyed. Maybe you didn't get to wear your favorite pajamas to bed, or you woke up way too early. Now, annoyed is a strong feeling, and I've been showing you all week my toolbox that helps me calm down. And remember, you can make one of these too at home and fill it with your favorite things that make you happy. So when you're having strong feelings, you can calm down too. Now, I'm going to show you a couple of things that I have in here. This one is really special. You might not think to put this in a toolbox, but actually it's a drink holder and it has these really shiny things, and how it helps me calm down is I move it back and forth so it changes colors like that. And watching that helps calm my mind down. Let's see, I have something else in here. Ooh, I have another small colorful fidget, and this one has a rubber band in it, and you can move it lots of different ways like this. You can also do some breathing exercises, and tomorrow I'll show you my favorite one. But for now, we're gonna find the letter mirror that I'm gonna use to check how I'm feeling, and you can do that at home too. So let me build my letter, and you're gonna help me figure out what mirror I'm gonna use. Let's see. Today I'm going to use a little line like this. I'm going to put it in the center of my mat. Now, do you remember that we have a happy face? And that happy face helps to tell us that our letter starts at the top. Now I'm going to use another big line, and I'm going to put it right down here. What letter could it be? I'm going to use one more big line to build it. Let's see. It is the letter H. That's right. I'm going to get my letter H mirror, and we're going to look and see how I'm feeling together. See. So I think I know how I'm feeling. Let's watch a video that lets you point to how you're feeling. Let's see it together. Can you point to the picture that shows how you're feeling? If you don't see a picture that matches how you're feeling, say you're feeling out loud. If you're having a strong feeling like scared, sad, or angry, take belly breaths. That might help calm your body down. My friends, don't forget to check in on how you're feeling throughout the day and check in on others too. Today we have two special friends that'd like to share their story about how they're feeling. We have Quinn and Remy. See, special letter Q for Quinn and special letter R for Remy. Can we say hi to Quinn and Remy? Hi Quinn, hi Remy. Now I wonder how they're feeling in this picture. It looks like they're sitting on some hay, and if you look, there's an orange thing here. Do you know what that is? A pumpkin, that's right. And look, it looks like they're wearing some orange clothes and spiderweb clothes. Where could they be? At the pumpkin patch, yes. Now let's look at their face for clues about how they're feeling about being at the pumpkin patch. Let's see, Quinn is smiling wide, and so is Remy. Their cheeks are high and their shoulders down, showing that they're relaxed. How do you think that they're feeling? If you think that Quinn and Remy are feeling joyful, make a joyful face like this. If you think that maybe they're feeling a little excluded, which means that they don't belong, make an excluded pose like this. Let me take a look. Ooh, I think they're feeling joyful, and most of you agree. Thank you for sharing your story, Quinn and Remy. Now, if you'd like to share your story, boys and girls, don't forget to ask a parent, a family member, or a teacher to send it to the address below. Ooh, time to check our visual schedule and see what our plan is for the day. Let's see, we did our emotional check-in. We're going to do our weekly investigation. All this week we've been learning about architects. We met an architect, we did a science activity with buildings, we even took a trip around the world to see different buildings. Today we're going to do an art project inspired by a building. And then it's going to be time to sing our goodbye song. If that sounds like a good plan, you're going to do a movement card with me before we move on. Let's see. I'm waiting to see if you can do it. When I turn it around, it's going to be a letter, and we're going to do a movement with that letter. Here we go. Ready? Da 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 da. Letter M. M for march. March in place. I'm going to march over to my intentional message. Ready? Here we go. Do, 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 do. All right, here's our message. It says, a building starts with a plan for its design. Now remember, architects use a special kind of plan. It's called a blueprint. The people who create those designs are known as architects. Now we met Mr. Van Doren, who's an architect here in town. They design the plans for large and small structures. We're going to sing a song that's going to help us remember. It goes like this. Construction workers need a plan to build their structures. Architects design that plan to make them good constructors. Blueprints are what we need to make buildings big and small. Architects make these plans so our structures do not fall. Now I have a special activity that I want to share with you. I'm going to go back to sitting down here. I brought some special blueprints that you might have at home or that you might see in your classroom when you return to school. Let's see if you recognize them. Sometimes teachers have these in their classroom so people can build with shapes. Do you see what's here? It's a house, that's right. Do you see any shapes in that house? I wonder, do you notice a rectangle? How about a square for the windows? Yeah, let's look on another one here. Ooh, what does that look like? Ooh, it looks like a castle, that's right. It has two flags on top. Do you notice any shapes on this building? Do you see any large rectangles or triangles on top? In our video activity, we're going to do an art project that lets us see shapes in buildings. But before we do that, we're going to sing our song all about a house. Now we're going to do that in English and Spanish. So we're going to start with our English poem, and it's about a house. It goes like this. I'm going to build a little house with windows wide and bright, with a chimney tall and curling smoke rising out of sight. In winter when the snowflakes fall, or when I hear a storm, I'll go sit inside my house where I'm snug and warm. Now let's try it in Spanish really quickly. It goes like this. Yo tengo una casita que es así, así, que por la chimenea sale el humo así, que cuando quiero entrar yo golpeo así, así, me limpio los zapatos así, así, así. All right, my friends, it's time to watch a video with our art project. We're going to make art with shapes. Let's watch together. Let's make some crafts inspired by art. Today's inspiration comes from Paul Klee. He was a Swiss artist who loved using shapes in his art. He studied color and made over 9,000 pieces of art in his lifetime. This is one of his art prints, Castle and Sun. Do you see any shapes in this art print? Did you see the circle at the top of the print? Look at all these triangles. How many can you find? There's a lot of rectangles too. For today's activity, you'll need paper, a white crayon, watercolor paints and a paintbrush, a cup filled with water, and paper towels to clean up. Step 1 is to draw shapes on your paper. You'll notice I used a pencil. That's so you can see them, but you will want to use your white crayon. I was thinking of Paul Klee's Castle and Sun as I drew rectangles and triangles and tried to make them all fit together. Now, because I did my shapes in pencil so I could show you, I needed to go back and add white crayon everywhere there was pencil markings. And oops, my crayon broke. I pressed too hard. Be careful with that. Next, it's time to add your watercolor paint on top. Look what happens. The paint goes everywhere except where you put the white crayon. Now this is an optional step, but I decided to color in my shapes. Here I am coloring a triangle orange. Next, I painted all over my picture. I started out with green. Then I added some orange. Then I tried the blue, but it all ended up turning into a green-brown. And sometimes that happens. The last step is to pat off the extra paint with a paper towel. And here's the finished product. For more art inspiration, check out Art with Miss Reed Wright here on Valley PBS. And remember, my friends, you can learn more about art in the books around you and on the Sora app. Hey, let's quickly check our visual schedule. We did our emotional check-in. We did some art with some buildings, and now it's time to sing our goodbye song. Let's sing it together. Ready? It goes like this. A, B, see you later. D, E, F, G, I'm gonna miss ya. H, I have to go now. J, K, bye-bye now. L, M, N, O, I had a good time. P, Q, R, you're gonna miss me. S, T, you are my best friend. V, W, X, Y, Z. I hope you had fun today. The Sora sends you a big squeeze and a big smooch, and reminds you to read, to play, and to enjoy the rest of your day, my friends. Join me tomorrow for more fun. It's going to be Fairy Tale Friday. Goodbye. We'll see you next time. Bye.
Good morning to a brand new day. Time to learn and games to play. Learning things is so much fun. Learning is good for everyone.